Hey there, Orioles fans. Today is August 19th, 2024, and welcome back into the Talkin O's podcast. As always, I'm your host, Evan, and coming in on today's episode, we will be recapping the rest of the series against the Red Sox, as there were no episodes on the weekend. I'll also be making some very early offseason predictions. The Orioles lost on Friday 11-6 to the Boston Red Sox, as Corbin Burns didn't have the best start on his bobblehead night, and Craig Kimbrell got lit up in the 6th inning, and I kind of blame that loss on Kimbrell, not gonna lie. Jackson Holliday also got his first career 4-hit game, which is nice. Now we will get into the game on Saturday night. Cade Povich pitched in this game on Saturday, and Brian Baker was optioned to AAA so that Povich could start on Saturday. And man, he did deliver. He went 6 1/3 innings of run ball, gave up 6 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. The only run he gave up was a Tyler O'Neill RBI single. Then Talkin O came into the game in the 7th inning and gave up a 2-run single to Jarren Duran. Then Burke Smith gives up a 2-run home run to Rafael Devers. Gunnar Henderson also hit a game-tying home run in the 6th inning off of Red Sox starter Brayan Bello, which was their first hit after getting no hit through 6 innings by Brayan Bello. That home run was also number 31 for Gunnar, which is pretty nice, but sadly Gunnar home run and Cade Povich's amazing start gave the Orioles the win they were looking for, as they lost 5-1 on Saturday. Now let's go ahead and recap the final game, then we'll preview the upcoming series. And on Sunday morning, the Orioles recalled Colin Selby and optioned Cade Povich. Now let's go ahead and recap this next game, and then we'll get into the offseason predictions. Albert Suarez had a very good start, going 6 shutout innings, giving up 7 hits, and walking anyone, struck out 6 batters on 99 pitches. Then Adley Rutschman also hit a home run in the 5th inning off of Red Sox starter Cutter Crawford. Then Cutter Crawford came out of the game. Then Gunnar Henderson hit a home run off of Red Sox starter Bailey Horn, not a surprise to me. And Sir Anthony Dominguez came in the game in the 8th inning and closed out in the 9th to give the Orioles a 4-2 win over the Red Sox. Now let's go ahead and preview this upcoming series. The Orioles are heading into a game against the Mets, heading into the series with a 73-52 record, in second place, only behind the Yankees. Trevor Rogers will be starting this first game, and Dean Kramer will be starting the second game, and Zach Eflin will be starting the rubber match for this series. David Peterson, Jose Quintana, and Sean Manaea will be starting the next 3 games for the Mets. I expect big things from Eflin in Game 3 of the series, as he has been awesome for the Orioles. And personally, I think he is the best pickup for a starting rotation in baseball. Now let's go ahead and get into the offseason predictions, which will finish off the pod, and what my predictions on who the Orioles will trade for in the offseason. Since Corbin Burns is guaranteed to leave in free agency, the Orioles will need a new starter to fill in that number 1 spot. I feel like Logan Gilbert or Bryce Miller from the Mariners would be a good trade fit for the Orioles, as Gilbert has a 2.96 ERA through 25 starts, and Bryce Miller has a 3.29 ERA through 24 starts for the Mariners. I feel like Miller would be a better fit for the Orioles, as they might have to give up a lot for them, so either A, Elias will be afraid to trade for this kind of guy, as they might have to give up a haul for him, or B, Elias could just be Elias and trade for him. Also, a little fun fact if you didn't know, Jordan Westburg and Bryce Miller were teammates in high school, and yes, they faced off in 2023 against each other. The Orioles could be probably losing Anthony Santander in free agency, so the Orioles might need to go shopping for a right fielder, and I feel like Josh Lowe fits the category perfectly. He is a good right fielder who has some good defense. The Rays could be open to trading for him, as he currently has a .265 batting average with 29 home runs and 121 RBIs. Maybe even another alternative to Santander could be Teoscar Hernandez, who won the home run derby this year, and he has a .265 batting average, 26 home runs, and 80 RBIs. If the Orioles don't accept Eloy Jimenez's club option for the 25 season, the Orioles could be looking for another secondary DH behind Ryan O'Hearn, and J.D. Martinez could fit in there. He is a power hitter, and he currently has a .256 batting average, but he only has 12 home runs currently now. That will do it for this episode of the Talkin O's podcast. I will be back tomorrow to recap Game 1 of this 3-game set between the Mets, but until then, I'm Evan, and this has been the Talkin O's podcast.